Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Bradley.
and the Bean and the other dogs. It is Veda Day 31. Woo! I did every single day, you guys. I'm proud of myself.
You should be.
So, it is August 31st, 2022, Wednesday afternoon at
3:44 in the
a
PM.
little earlier than we've been doing. As you see, I got the bean boozle here. I don't even know. Brad always says he is amazed that these guys even know what their names are because they have so many nicknames. Last night, I was talking with Jelly. I was holding her early this morning. We had to have Brad will tell you, I have to have our time where I have to talk to her and hold her like a baby. She insists on it. So I was telling her about all the different beans, the lima beans, oh, I never told you about the green beans.
No.
The Boston baked beans. Told her about the white northern beans, the black beans. You guys get the point. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't petting you good enough. I am sorry. I know. See, look at everybody. You see everybody? Say hi, everybody. Say hi. My name's Jelly Bean. I know. And I am just the biggest baby there is. Aren't you? Are you the biggest baby there is? I know. Okay. Am I not petting you well enough? I'm sorry. Are you a big baby? Can I put you down yet? Nope. Okay. Not gonna happen yet. So anyway, I forgot where I'm going with this. You guys are used to that. It's a beautiful day out. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's very nice out.
It's warm.
It's warm. We ordered some groceries from Aldi's. Normally we go over to Food Lion, but frankly, when you need to buy more cheese and stuff, Aldi's is much cheaper.
88 degrees.
88 degrees. What's the real feel?
I don't know.
I know. I know.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't have it on this app, on this
Okay,
first
I know.
app.
Hi, Charlie. How are you? Oh, Lord. Multitasking. Oh,
That butt is going.
I know. Happy groaner day, Charlie, huh? Are you a groaner? Oh, I know. You was a groaner. Look at this butt, Dad. So, anyway, you might have to put your footrest down and help contain these dogs while I do this video.
Okay.
Because they all need attention right now.
What are you doing?
Ouch! His tail is like a whip.
Yeah, it's a lethal
Can
weapon.
I put you down yet? So I can make up. There we go. Good girl.
Right, Charlie?
So
Huh?
anyway, when you need to restock for our area anyway, when you need to restock, you're gonna hear Charlie now, and I don't mind. No, but they don't mind either.
Okay.
He's just Mr. Groaner having a good time.
Right, Charlie? Are you pretty girl?
It's cheaper. So
Oh, you pretty girl.
we restocked on that. I about died on the price of a dozen eggs right now in our area is $3.45. I about died. I mean, it's sad when you can buy a pound of strawberries for $2, but your eggs are going to cost you $3.45. For all of our life, eggs have been that cheap, go-to, convenient source of protein and meals. If you don't have anything else, you've got some eggs and maybe you have a few other things, you can make a meal. Not now. You take them eggs and you cradle them in your arms. You might even want to get a soft little velvet cloth and just, whoa. I about want to run down the street and grab up some chickens and start squeezing them until they pop out some eggs. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. Though it's tempting.
Well, remember when we were first married, that money. There's times when money was really tight, and we would live on eggs and
Tuna,
tuna.
when it was on sale.
Yep.
And macaroni and cheese when they put it on sale. We'd
And
buy a case of it.
And ramen.
Well, we weren't too much of an overly ramen until later on.
Yeah, that's.
But we did a lot of macaroni and cheese because you could do macaroni and cheese and put hamburger in it. You could do macaroni and cheese and put tuna in it, which is still one of my favorite meals. Brad's not overly fond of that combination, but I like it. But not nowadays. you know. Because basically, when the kids were growing up and stuff, for a large part, we existed on tuna, like Brad said, and the eggs, and rice. And chicken, you could always count on being inexpensive, the hindquarters anyway, and then hamburger at that point in time. If you couldn't afford anything else, you could get that, and you could make a lot of meals. Or I made a lot of meals, you know. But nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's the only thing that's still relatively inexpensive is the chicken. Well, tuna's not too bad. The canned
tuna's
tuna.
not bad.
You know, and that's still a convenient go-to source when you need some protein. I just had a couple string cheese. My blood sugar was 79 this morning, which is a good thing I ate those 3 pieces of taffy really, really early this morning. Or else I might have tanked a little too low.
That was so funny, watching you hide from the poodle.
She was kind of asleep, and he was sitting on my bed. We couldn't sleep again last night. Brad was in immense pain. Let me finish telling you. We'll tell you the story on the taffy and the poodle and hi baby, and then we'll get to that. But so yeah, he grabbed a few pieces of taffy and I grabbed a few, and you know, I mean, a bag of that lasts us forever. I mean, the dog eats more of it than we ever do. But so. Yeah, I would quickly unwrap it and shove it in my mouth and look over at her. And then all of a sudden I was on my second piece. I'm just having a great time. I'm like, cool. She's still asleep. I still can do this. And I look over, she's right there. Looking at me, bright-eyed and like, yes, yes, yes. Right, Jelly Bean?
That was so
Jelly
funny.
Bean, was that the case? I know, you caught me. I was busted, wasn't I? So, yes, Brad was in an immense amount of pain and came back to my room. Well, he initially got up to let Nixie out, and I heard him because our floor creaks, so I always know when he's coming down, when it gets to the front room area and stuff. I don't know if the hallway creaks or not, but the front room does, and so I happen to still be up, and about 4 something in the morning. So he came back to talk with me, and he told me that he was in so much pain with his back. It was radiating down both legs, the sciatica. And you could tell he was in some severe pain. So we took a chance he hadn't had a leave in well over a month. You guys know he was having a lot of stomach issues. And I said, what if you eat something and we try to give you some Aleve? You know, and so we did that. And then I have my electric massager. What's it called? A physical therapy massage or whatever.
Something like that,
It's
yeah.
on the big wand. It's not the kind of massager any of you guys are thinking of. I saw you in the back. Quit smirking. No, I've showed it. I don't know if I've shown it or not, but it's on a longer wand, and it's got 2 of those rotating things, and that works well for his back. I would keep it plugged in. We actually use it more on him back there than I use it. And she's just going crazy over there. Wow. See, I think she might have gone crazy on us.
I think so.
Look at her.
I know.
Now she's digging her way to China, as we used to always say as a kid. You know, you get out in the sandbox, you're digging forever, and like, I'm digging to China. So anyway, so we used the massager on him, and then we put on, I think it was Faces I Forgot. We were watching a few episodes to take his mind off of the pain and, you know, and stuff. So, are you okay?
She's a wild woman.
Jojo? Are you okay, Jelly Bean? She's about crazy. She is. We love her, but she's she's a drama queen too. I don't know if that's classic with all poodles. You know, and I always knew poodles that were always jumping on their owner and had to be held. Well, yeah, she's that way now. You know, a lot. She's like, I hear you talking about me. What's she doing? Just sitting there?
Sitting there.
Okay. So yeah, so we finally got his pain to lessen some, And we just decided since, oh, and we gave him one of his prescription painkillers too. And we don't like him to have to go all the way back to his bedroom when he's had that. Because, it makes him a little dizzy, and he's already has issues with that sometimes. So, lately we just kind of been crashing on my bed together, and that way he can put his back up against the wall. It's working,
Holy crap.
Well, it's like a torpedo, isn't it?
What are you doing?
I've been 2 minutes and nobody was holding me or petting me, so, somebody needs to do that now. You want to run over there, jump up on him, and just kind of like a flying squirrel onto him.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got that under control. But and I was all excited because I needed to tell Brad about what I'd ordered from Walmart, and I'll tell you guys that in a minute. But, we were talking about the groceries, and we were doing some price comparison. You guys, if you have the time, and I know some of you guys don't, like my friend Leanne does not, and stuff, but if you have the time, it pays to price compare, because, it used to be back in our day, we would have 3-4 stores in the same area, right? We lived in Wyoming. And so you might what's called cherry picking. You go and you stop at each store. I know Carol's very familiar with that term, probably Cassie as well. You stop at each store and you get what the really hot on sale items are. Well, these day and age, first off, not that the stores are the towns are very far apart here, but with gas prices, you can't really afford to cherry pick. You gotta kind of calculate in the amount of time it's going to take you and the amount of gas. So Brad was pulling up, and he was doing, and he's getting really great at doing, of course, it doesn't hurt working 34 years in a grocery store. But, you're doing really great at price comparing in the stores here, which are all different from what we had, with the exception of Sam's Club, but we don't go to Sam's Club. She's over there on him, and she got both paws crossed over her eyes like, I can't.
I was going to say, you can...
Well, now she's not doing it.
I know. Jelly, are you not being cute?
No being cute anymore? She's like, Mommy, you're laughing at me. Anyway, so he was pulling up prices, and I'm like, and then we got to, he said, we need cheeses. And what he means is we need shredded and we need sliced. And so he was giving me prices. And the more I thought about it, and we needed some more dairy stuff, those are two things that are normally cheaper there at Aldi's. And I'm like, well, let me check Aldi prices. And we were putting together an order like at about 9 o'clock this morning, right? We had slept for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We had to call, make a payment, make a house payment and stuff. So, because we couldn't figure out our password last night, which was just... Once we called and they told us what it should be, he only had to say a couple words like, doink.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got that all taken care of. But once we were putting together an order, and I'm like, I don't want to put it in yet. And he kind of looks at me, and I'm like, because if you put in, we were using Instacart because we still have a free thing. I said, once I put it in, then I got to sit and pick whether or not each item's going to be refunded if they don't have it or replaced. And I don't want to have to stay up and do all this, so we waited until we woke back up, and then I put the order in. But, yeah, we got, grocery prices are so expensive. We probably spent about $90 on groceries, which, yeah. But we did get a watermelon. We got a couple more strawberries, bananas, kiwi. Blueberries. I don't count those, though, because those are just... I know it sounds funny, but Brad loves blueberries, and he loves to snack on them, and I buy them just for him to do that. If that's one of his little one of his snacks, so be it. because they're actually good for him. So, so when they're good price, I'll get him some.
I really miss being able to get good plums.
I know.
Those down there in New Mexico.
Well, yeah, we're not in the right area for that. So hopefully the watermelon's good this time. But we need to get more produce, and we need to get cheeses, creamer, milk, that kind of stuff. And but we saved quite a bit of money that way, except for when it came to the eggs. Eggs were more expensive at Aldi's than they were at Food Lion, because Food Lion wasn't at $3.09 for a dozen, and it was $3.45 there at Aldi. But it doesn't make up enough difference, that 36 cents times 2, so that'd be 72. It doesn't make up enough difference to drive to Food Lion to go get 2 dozen eggs. We'll use more than 72 cents worth of gas, even in our economical vehicle. And so, yeah. That's what we've done so far. I'm not feeling real hot today. Charlie's not feeling... Charlie. Your name's Brad.
I think so.
Brad is not feeling real hot today either. I don't know. I just feel kind of... I think it's numerous nights of not getting enough sleep. I seem to be working on one of those fall-time colds, which I always get. I did buy Zeke some nasal spray. I did put in an order. I did get with Amazon. I got some more cold medicine. Cold medicine and what? I didn't get much. Oh, I needed some stuff for my shower, as far as like the shower hose and stuff. After a while they get where you need to replace them. And I can't remember what else. I think that was about it. But at Walmart.com I got a couple rolls of quilt batting. I got the High Loft, and I'll tell you guys why in a minute. I got a big 5-pound box of polyfill. That was a great sell. If any of you guys are crafters and you happen to be watching me, now the polyfill, the official, I can't remember who makes it, that normal one is like 24 something right now. Now, if you go way down on the list, there's another brand of polyfill, which is $17 for that 5-pound. That's the one I got.
Remember when we used to get that for under $5?
I know, but that was 20 years ago. Now it was more than that.
Okay. I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. Maybe way back when. Who knows?
I know.
Everything's higher.
I know.
Anyway.
I'm sounding like an old person.
Hello.
Sorry.
Thank you. Let me finish this, okay?
Okay.
Wow. He gets me off track really bad. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm just dealing with her.
Oh, I know. And then I just got a couple nasal sprays for Brad and I. Reason I got the polyfill and the quilt batting is I was pricing out, I just bought Jelly Bean a bed. Well, it's getting a little old lugging it from the front room to the bedroom all the time. So I said I wanted to get her another one, but that's another $20. And you might not think that's that much, but I also wanted to make the other dogs beds. Well, once you price out the larger beds, you're looking at some bucks. You're looking at $50 and up. Basically, you're looking at about $75 and up if you want to get one that would accommodate the Charlie. Well, for what I paid, and I happen to have some nice, really plush material that's furry that I can use to make these beds. I have a sewing machine. I know how to sew. That's what I used to do for Joanne Fabrics and stuff. I used to make all the demo things. Things that you see in the store that are already made and stuff. But so I thought, for the price of, let's see, for that and the quilt batting, it was $45 total. Yeah. For the 2 rows of quilt batting and for the polyfill. I can make, Jelly Bean, another bed. I can make a extra large bed for out here for either dog to lay on, and I can make a large bed for Nixie to lay on in Brad's room. And Brad can do the. Can we? Don't make me hurt you.
Okay.
Can you? I thought you wanted to do this with me.
I am. I'm listening to you.
Okay.
I'm just trying not to be distracting or.
No, honey, I like it, but just you got if you. I love you joking around and stuff, but if I'm trying to finish a thought, I get easily off course. You know this, so you know. But yeah, we enjoy hearing you.
Okay.
Okay, but see. But for that price, for $45 compared to well over probably about 150, well over that probably if I'm going to buy all these beds, that's a big price. Plus, I know I'm going to have polyfill left, and I've thought about starting to make, I was loom knitting different animals and stuff before, and I'm thinking about kind of doing that again maybe, with the holidays coming up and stuff. I did look last night. I did find patterns on YouTube for loom knitting dog sweaters, so I'm gonna be giving that a go after I finish doing a few things for friends that I'm making. So that's exciting for me. But yeah, I'm excited. I have not bought anything to sew with in quite some time. Now I have material, and for the back of these dog beds, I'm going to just use. I have flat sheets that I usually use for the backings on quilts, placemats, like dog beds and stuff. These dog beds will be completely machine washable, so that'll be good. That'll be good. I need, I gotta think about this. I need to make sure I don't make that bed so large so that I can't fit it into a washer dryer. It will be, because it'll be foldable, so it will fit. Yeah, it will fit.
Yeah.
If a large comforter, if a queen size comforter will fit in, no, yeah, okay. I want to make sure these dog beds are completely machine wash and dry, because I want to be able to launder them, because after they lay on them for even a couple weeks, they begin to smell very much like them. So, So I'm excited about making the dog beds. I'll have to show you guys when I get them done, But you can easily make a dog bed with any kind of fleece. You can buy the fake fur, It depends on the season and stuff. But if you don't really care about the color, you may have to go with like maybe an Easter color for this time of year would be cheaper, because it's not Easter. It's fall. Now, if you want more of the fall colors, you're going to pay more. It's just like anything you're looking for. If you were wanting to pick up Easter stuff or even summer stuff right now, this is the time to do it. Now they're going to start putting everything on sale. That's why you'll see, like as a crafter, they were putting big yarn sales on, because they want to move in everything for fall. They're gearing up for the holidays too. So I was good, and I did not buy any of that glow-in-the-dark yarn that I would like to buy. They have a 2-pack there on Amazon for 11 something. It's not too awfully bad, but I was good. And I know that Leanne's mom is sending me another big box of yarn. Bless her heart. I'm very excited. I can't show you guys because I don't have my yarn cake out here, but I'm got that one yarn cake done with all the beautiful colors, and actually I'm using part of that to do Marnie's last hat, and it's turning out really cute.
Yes,
It's turned out nice and bright and stuff. I know you'll really like it. So, and I was thinking about that. So the nice bright colors will work well for you, Marnie, for around the holidays, and for summertime. The other open, more airy one will be great for springtime and summer. And then the first one I did is great fall colors. It's all earth tones. So I got you covered. So I just kind of go by what color combinations that she's asked for before, and what I know that I would like too. So got that going. I need to get that room set. I am going to go ahead and pour candles with the wax I already have bought. I know I have 5 pounds of it. And sometimes I'll use leftover candles. Um, the tidbits. Normally I use those in the wax melters and the tart burners. And you can take those once you're done with the wax and all of the scent is gone. You can save that, and I probably will start doing that again. It does add up. I know one of you, I know, Julia, you were talking about the making the candles with using ice and wax in like a container, and those are called lace candles. Some people refer to them as lace candles. I've made those. They're pretty cool to do. If you guys look that up, and what it is essentially, you'll take like a milk carton of, one of your square ones, or you can use any kind of container you can tear away. You're going to set your wax. I like to sometimes go ahead and pour a full pillar of whatever scent, leave a long wick, and then I can set that down in the bottom of that container, then put the ice all the way around. So that's going to give it even a more kind of a different look, because as you're looking through, so if you have the ice in there and then you're pouring the wax over, the wax essentially is going in wherever the ice isn't, and there's 2 extreme temperatures. So the ice is all going to melt, and you're going to be left with this very lacy pattern. But if you use a colored pillar, when you look through, then you're seeing, like, say, red.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, that's very cool for Christmas. So I've done that before. Especially Christmas time, I think of like maybe a blood orange scent or a cranberry scent. You could do the candy cane scent. You could do cinnamon. You could do anything like that. Any of your home for the holiday scent, etc. So yeah, I've made a number of those over the years and sold them. And also, yes, you can use crayons as coloring for candles. I don't recommend it unless you're just going to do a few, because I don't like the scent the crayons give off. They do have a certain scent, at least to me, and you could smell it even when you're pouring it. If you're going to be pouring a lot of candles, go ahead and buy some mica powder or even some candle dye. I prefer the liquid over the powder. It's just easier to work with. And go ahead and use that, But yes, if you're just pouring a few or you don't really care, go ahead and save those broken crayons. Save them, So, and I've done things like, say you have a bunch of, say you're using the end tidbits of candles, and maybe they're all kind of bakery scented. You can take all those crumbles and put them in I would do a jarred candle. I've done pillars too. You put those in there. I used to use the partial wax melts that weren't quite right to sell, remember?
Yeah.
And stuff them down in there, and then I would pour like a vanilla. I would use a vanilla scent and pour that, and especially if I wasn't coloring the wax at all. So then you're going to see almost like a mosaic pattern in this pillar, or the jarred candle. And then as it's melting, it's giving off this wonderful bakery scent too. And so you're just saving wax, you're just repurposing, reutilizing. I think that's important to do. I think we throw away way too much stuff.
Yeah.
You
were the candle master. I mean,
I loved it, but I tell you what, you guys, when you saw yesterday when we were pricing out wax, this is why I'm not in the business anymore, because when I was doing it, there was not Better Homes and Gardens and Febreze and Mainstay. There wasn't everybody in the world selling wax melts and scented candles. So I was able to keep my prices very low. I did a heck of a business. I was a power seller for a while. I did work my rear end off. Brad will tell you I was always working, and you were always going to the post office.
Yes, I was.
He would go right before he went to work. I would have already printed out the postage and paid it and everything, but we like to have him take it in and actually wash them, stamp it all. So, um, uh, they used to say at the post office they loved my packages because it would make their whole back room smell great. So, but I did a heck of a business for quite a few years, but then the prices in shipping went massively up, prices in wax and everything, and everybody else started selling the wax melts. The big people. Yankee. When I started, Yankee was about the only one that was really doing it, and maybe a few other, but not your major heavy hitters like Better Homes and Gardens and stuff. So I mean, you know,
And I remember you used to buy your wax like between
yeah, we talked about that.
300 and 500 pounds at a time.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. And I would go through it. It's just like when I was started eBay. I started with the sewing, and I used to buy the great big huge industrial bolts of quilt batting, the low loft quilt batting. It's almost like the warm and natural. Um, Basically, that's what it was. And I would use it because I made wall hangings, I made placemats. God, I made so many placemats. I made pillows. I made lap quilts, and that's when I started eBay. And then I tried to do both of them at the same time, and quickly the demand for the candles and wax melts overtook the the sewing. I had to make my choice.
Yeah.
But I used to enjoy it, and our house smelled great and stuff. Brad would come in at night and help me. We'd call pop out I used the metal forms, the fluted ones for the wax melts. And, Brad would used to be amazed how quick I could pop all those out. But you got pretty darn quick, too.
Yeah, I
And you got to be the masters of taping up boxes and helping pack orders, remember?
Well, and I remember going to the post office. You had made those two big cloth bags,
Which were like great big Santa bags.
Yeah, and it was usually every time I'd go to the post office, it was like 40 boxes going in the mail all at the same time.
Yep. Which, bless his heart, it did get old for him after a while, especially if it was getting to be more seasonally, where the lines were bigger in the post office. And this was before you could just drop off any boxes or anything. She's falling asleep right there.
I know.
But, yeah. So anyway, I'm anxious to get back to doing some sewing just for us and stuff. I know Brad's excited because he's got some stuff that needs to be mended and stuff that needs to be hemmed and stuff. So, we'll get going on that.
Gonna be cool.
I enjoy sewing. I always have. It'll be fun. That's why I've been saving material. I'll be saving me some material. So, I'm going to be doing that. Like I didn't have enough stuff to do already, right? With the painting and the diamond painting and the loom knitting and, sewing and then the candle making. But I love to create. You guys know that. That's basically all I am. And that is essentially who I am. I was so excited about having ordered this stuff last night. I'm telling Brad, and he's like half awake, and he's in so much pain. He's like, I'm like, no, you don't understand. He's like, okay, honey. I knew he wasn't fully awake, but, it took a lot for me to let go of the pennies to buy that stuff, because, it is a lot more expensive than it used to be. But I had to figure out that, I was essentially going to be paying about a third of what I would pay to buy. And like I said, Jelly's bed is nice, but I tell you what, the main part of it that she lays on, I am disappointed. And I can tell they just used polyfill on that. They did not use any quilt batting. So that tells me when I wash it, the more I wash it, the more that polyfill is going to ball up. You can't just do that unless you're really going to pack that polyfill in super tight. And you're not going to have to launder it a whole bunch. But if you're going to launder a whole bunch, you've got to really pack it tight. Or use some quilt batting. It wouldn't have killed them. It's not that much more expensive. They could have done that. You can even put the polyfill in between the layers. But no. So that means what I already plan on doing after I get all the other beds made is I'm going to split open the bottom of her bed and I'm going to put some quilt batting in it. You know, because like I said, I can feel that polyfill in there. That's why that bottom of that is not even.
Okay.
It's already starting to ball up, and they probably used the cheapest kind of polyfill they could. You know, and it's just like if you buy a neck pillow and all of a sudden you're like, man, this thing is not very nice. Because a lot of times they just use the cheapest whatever. I've taken literally and slit open neck pillows and restuffed them. Then they last forever.
I remember when you used to do that.
Yeah, that's what that pink one is like that.
Yeah.
Because I restuffed it. So, anyway, that's what I got going on. And I'm probably not going to get too much else done. I'm hoping to really get going on this diamond painting. I want to get it finished for Carol and stuff. We're probably going to go into town probably Friday. We need to pick up some prescriptions. I don't know, guys. We just really don't even want to leave the house anymore. We really don't want to have to deal with other people too much other than our friends. I don't know. We just be homebodies. Just, you know. I just don't see the need for me to run around and just waste money. I'm hoping Friday that we'll pick up prescriptions and we'll get a sandwich from the deli there. Like I said, they're like, what, $5.99 now?
They're $6.99, but on Fridays they're $5.99.
Yeah, and I mean that's a ton of meat and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll probably only be able to eat a quarter of it each now, and then go City Lake and watch the ducks and geese, and eat our sandwich. That's the big thing.
They also have points that accumulate.
Right.
Yeah, and when you get so many points, then you get a free sandwich.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Well, I know we accumulate points and we use that at the fuel center.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially with gas, as much as it's come down.
With us conserving gas, we only have to get gas once every 2-3 weeks. Seriously. You know. Next week I see the orthopedist. I desperately need a shot in his shoulder. It's so painful and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. You know. I'm toying with whether or not maybe I should go ahead and do the physical therapy for a while on it.
Yeah, that's
I'm thinking I'm going to talk to him and say, you know, I'd like to do that, but I only want to go in twice a week, not 3 times a week. And I think it would be good to learn some of the exercises. I've learned some online and stuff, but you know, this arm gets so darn painful and stuff, so I think it would be good.
Yeah, and those people...
The only thing I don't like, the only thing that makes me hesitate when I tell you that, though, is that they're not sanitizing those machines in between people. That makes me nervous. That makes me very nervous. I really don't want to use stuff after somebody else's grubby paws have been on it. I guess, though, that's not much different, though, if you go in a grocery store and you're, you know, I don't know. We're all become so paranoid about the germs and stuff because they make it that way. I'm going to talk to him and see what he has to say, you know. And I'll just be honest with, you know, I can be honest with the physical therapist and say, I really want somebody to wipe down, you know, whatever before I come on it. Cause I do have a low immune system, and I'm not really looking to get monkeypox or the big, you know, seed vid or anything, you know, so.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Said, that's one of the ways we get where we haven't had but the COVID once is that we just don't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to. We want to, but we don't want to. We really, the things we want to go do are things that just basically involve us and nature.
Yeah.
Which we're working toward. Next summer, I think we'll be able to do some of those.
Yeah.
And by the next summer after that, we're going to be able to do everything we can do. We might not be able to do it all, but we're going to do the very best we can.
Yeah, we're going to give it our best shot.
You know, so how's your back today?
It's still painful, but not nearly like it was last night.
And the pain down your legs?
It's still there, but
Still there, but not.
not near. Well, and I didn't hesitate. I hauled in the groceries and put them away, and
Well, you had a cart.
yeah,
The grocery cart. And they brought them upstairs.
yeah,
But still.
yeah,
Yeah.
and took out the garbage and laundry and the dishwasher.
He has been doing that because he knows I don't feel
Yeah,
very. He knows when I'm not moving hardly much that I'm not feeling well.
yeah.
You know. So, fighting a bit of an infection, but we got that, going with antibiotics. We need to give the dogs more food.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brad started laundry, did dishes, put away the groceries. He started the chicken in the crock pot. We got out this whole chicken, a couple days ago. And it'd been frozen in the fridge. But then we're like, I don't know what we're going to do with it. And it's like, let's just roast it in the crock pot and then we'll debone it and we'll freeze part of the meat and be able to have it on salads or make it chicken enchiladas. If anybody
thought
ever
about
makes
that.
them. Well, I didn't buy tortillas, so.
We might have enough left.
Okay. Or somebody maybe could try and make some because they got a tortilla press
Mm-hmm.
that they needed to have.
Yep.
Because, And then I think you got frustrated because they didn't turn out exactly how you wanted.
And, we've got that griddle, that big griddle, which I think would be very good for frying the tortillas on it.
For the enchiladas?
No, to make the tortillas. That big,
Oh, duh.
yeah,
Duh. Okay. Lee, I'm not really following.
that's okay.
I
It's
looked at
Monday.
him like he had 12 heads just now. Did you see it? Everybody please pray for poor Leanne. She's so sweet that every time she goes out to lunch now, there's Mr. B wants to be very friendly with her. And yesterday she's eating lunch and she's like jumping up and she's just like, that's what I was laughing about so much. Is her video was titled "Leave Me Alone." So of course I had to watch. Of course I always watch any video she puts out. Her channel name is Enchanted April. Oh my God. See, now she really freaks out about bees, and I'm not making too much fun of her, though I am allergic to bees. Like, I need an EpiPen allergic, and she's more afraid of them than I am. I'm like, if you don't react normally, they'll leave you alone. Now, I don't know. Usually if a bee's bugging you while you're eating, and there's all the people sitting outside eating, it's probably going to keep pestering you. But, until it finds somebody else, that had, like, fruit or something, sweet fruit or something. But, yeah. No, I just normally ignore them, and they usually... Well, I'm very aware of where they are, but I try not to react too much because, I don't want to get stung.
They smell the fear.
They do. They smell the fear, and they're like, look at this fool waving her arms and, running around like a banshee over my little self. Like, yeah.
Remember when I went out to spray that wasp nest when we lived on Lennox?
This was the first house he and I bought together. And we didn't know if there was this wasp nest sitting pretty close to where we sat outside. We had kind of like this covered porch area. Well, Brad decided he's going to spray it, right? I don't know. I must have run back in the house.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
and the girls were inside.
Yeah. And Brad's spraying it, and I'm staying out in the middle of the lawn, all of a sudden going in a circular motion. Picture Brad was any kind of bug going in a circular motion with a can of spray. These wasps are mad. And they're trying to dive on him and everything. The neighbors, who are all elderly, are all standing out because this is great entertainment, right? It's summertime, there ain't much on cable. They're all standing outside. Remember, Herb was laughing. That was our next door neighbor, Herb and Gracie. They were the greatest people ever. We loved them so much. But he was standing outside laughing his butt off. I was inside laughing my butt off. And half afraid that we weren't even married yet, that we might not make it to the wedding. You know.
Oh, I felt like a battleship.
You still had your cast on.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a battleship using the anti-aircraft gun.
You know, you guys know wasp spray is really, sprays far away. Yeah. Yeah, picture Brad with,
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, he hates wasps too. He hates wasps. He doesn't mind a bee, but wasps he hates.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, before I met you, there was a group of us, we were out playing football, and I had my vest and I just thrown it on the ground. And when I went to, when we're done, I put my vest on and sat in my truck, and there was a couple wasps on my vest on the inside.
Oh.
And as soon as I leaned up against the seat, they stung me in the back 3 or 4 times.
That's not good.
No.
Oof, that had to hurt. Yeah. Were you driving when this happened?
No, hadn't.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, hadn't backed out yet.
No, here you are all in the truck, and everybody's looking at you like, what the heck is he doing?
Yep.
Is he doing a celebration dance or what?
Yep.
So, yeah. But it was funny. It was funny. Did you wonder what I was laughing about? Because, oh my Lord, it was so funny. It's just... You know.
You've been laughing at me for over 34 years
No,
now.
Not that. I was talking about Leanne, not you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
I'm used to you now. Sometimes you think you're funnier than you are, though, honey.
Wow.
What?
You had to go there, didn't you?
Well, sometimes you're like the teenage boy who's being extra goofy because he likes a girl.
Wow. You had to go there, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had to tell them, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, sometimes you're funny, very funny, but sometimes...
I'm just consoling the poodle.
I know. But she looks like gonna fall off anymore.
She started up here.
Yeah, and now she's kind of melted down.
Yeah.
Now she's asleep, But, yeah. Well, lucky Brad made it to the wedding. But yeah, picture him standing out there, summertime, hotter than blazes, with a cast on one of his ankles, going in a circular motion and ducking and stuff because these wasps were all dive bombing, and the neighbor, the elderly neighbor gentleman, because there was one lived across the street. I can't remember what his name was. We really liked him too.
Yeah.
Right across from Herb and Gracie.
Yeah.
They had that Army surplus. Yes, Bill.
Yep.
He come across the street, stand there with Herb and stand there and watch Brad.
And laugh at me.
One time I decided I was going to make this kind of wackadoodle flower bed right in the middle of the lawn. See, now we're newly married. I never really done. So I'm got some ideas. I'm creative. So I decided I'm going to do something look kind of like almost a snake in the middle of the yard. Next day, Herb asked you if I don't even know if he asked you if I was drunk when we did this or if you were drunk.
Yeah.
When we designed this flower bed. Just me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had a very good reason for the shape it was in.
Yes.
Because
our previous owner had used gasoline.
Jane, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was Jane.
Her name was Jane now, But she had used gasoline to kill some dandelions. Well, she killed everything around it. So I had to dig up that soil and get rid of it, put fresh soil, and so I just kind of connected the dots and put flowers there.
They did well.
They did well, but that was really a pain in the butt for Brad to mow around. He was not a fan. So, but, yeah. You have to picture Herb as a retired truck driver. Not one of the rude, crude ones. Very nice gentleman. But he come out, and it's like, so, were you drunk when you designed that?
I used to love watching Herb. He would, they had that swing out back.
Yeah.
And he'd sit in the swing, and Herb hated squirrels.
With a passion.
And he had this brass nozzle went on the end of the hose, and he had an on-off valve. And so he'd sit there with the hose on and have the water shut off with that on-off on-off valve. And the squirrels would be running down the power line between his garage and the power pole.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so impressed how he could knock the squirrels off that line. You know, how easy he could just nail them with that water.
And I know it wasn't terribly nice. I don't think they were super injured. I don't know.
No, they weren't.
I never saw it happen, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they
I knew
weren't.
he hated the squirrels.
Yeah.
You know, I know Gracie wouldn't let him do anything real
No,
mean.
he always did it when she was gone.
Really? Oh, see, now the plot thickens. I did not know this.
Yep.
See, he would have gotten in trouble if she would have seen it.
Yep.
So every time she went to the hairdressers or to the church.
Yep. Well, it was like when he'd come in the store, you know, he had to pick up a few things for Gracie,
Mm-hmm.
but then he always had 2 separate orders in his shopping cart. And he told me that on the second order to throw away the receipt because he didn't want any evidence. And the second one was like ding dongs and
Candy bars.
Candy bars.
He was
and-
diabetic.
Yeah.
He hid those in his truck. You know, but super nice people.
Yeah.
Super. Of course, you know, they've long passed away, but you know, they were great neighbors. Anytime I felt a little lonely, all I had to do was pop my head outside and be doing stuff, and here would come Gracie, and we had so many conversations over that fence. It was just amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
she was such a nice lady. So was he.
Yeah.
One time, when our youngest daughter, she had gotten a container. It was a plastic container. It looked like glass, so of Cheerios, and I didn't know this. I think I was, you know, cleaning house or something. She went out in the backyard. And she's about 3, and she broke it on the pavement. And Herb jumped our fence and grabbed her up because he thought she was going to get hurt. It was amazing. I mean, and he was not a small guy. I don't know how he got over that
I
fence.
have no idea.
It was a 4-foot chain link fence.
Mhm.
I don't know how he got over it, but he did lickety split.
Yeah.
If he thought something happened to one of them girls, you know. That's why I think that's why I wasn't too concerned, because the girls were outside playing in back fenced yard. But I knew they were outside too, and you know they always kind of kept an eye on them so I could get housework stuff done. Of course, Brad was at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime he thought that one of them might be, you know, in fact, for the longest time, my youngest daughter would stand there at the fence and talk to him forever. You could only understand about every 4th word she said. He would stand there and patiently listen and talk back with her, and then they start laughing, and
Yeah.
that was her very best friend in the world.
Yeah.
So
They were such neat people.
they were, you know. I think you get lucky if you get some people that really are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we don't have any problem with our neighbors here right now. We did have a little bit of problem with the gal behind us, but that seems to have subsided.
Mhm.
And the ones we thought we were going to have problems with next door, we haven't had a bit of problem. I have no complaints.
No, every time, whenever I go outside and Antoine's out there, he always says hi to me and asks how we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And then Connie, she was, I can't remember what I was doing, but she came out and she was going somewhere and she said hi and,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah. And I thought we really thought we were going to have some problems with them, and we haven't had a lick of problems
No.
with them. You know, not a lick. I mean, sure, you know, we might hear somebody outside there pull up and be honking and stuff, but you know, you're going to hear noises.
Yep.
They hear my dog yodeling. So, you know. So, anyway, this is a long one, too. I apologize for that. I don't know. We just get yakking to you guys, and then before you know it, it's like almost an hour. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I hope you're having a good day. It's the middle of the week already. So, do something nice for somebody else. Do something nice for yourself. And everybody, as always, say bye to Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.